We begin our journey not in the bustling halls of gods, nor amidst the clash of heroes, but in a time so ancient, so foundational, that the very fabric of existence was still unfurling, like a vast silken banner in the cosmic breeze. Close your eyes, dear one, and allow your imagination to paint a picture of this pristine dawn, a world where the very first beings were not small or fleeting, but colossal and profound, embodying the quiet majesty of the nascent universe itself. These were the Chak, giants of gentle nature, the primordial architects of a world yet untouched by discord, their immense forms moving with an unhurried grace, their presence a lullaby whispered across the vast slumbering landscape. Imagine, if you will, the light of that distant epoch. It was not the sharp, bright light of a noon sun, but a soft, pearlescent glow, diffused through mists of stardust and the nascent breath of a new cosmos. The sky was a canvas of ever-shifting pastels, soft lavenders melting into roseate hues, gentle blues deepening into twilight purples, all without a harsh edge or a sudden shift. This was the light in which the giants of gentle nature first stirred, their forms emerging from the very essence of this tranquil unfolding. Their skin, if one could call it that, was like ancient weathered stone, smoothed by eons of cosmic currents, yet radiating a warmth akin to sun-warmed earth. It shimmered with flecks of starlight, a testament to their deep connection with the celestial tapestry above. Their movements were a ballet of slow, deliberate majesty. Each step, though immense, was placed with an ethereal lightness, as if they feared disturbing the delicate balance of the nascent world beneath their colossal feet. Picture them now, a vast hand reaching out, not to grasp, but to caress a nascent nebula, or a silent mountain peak rising gently from the primordial plains. Their breath, deep and resonant, was the very wind that stirred the first tendrils of mist in the valleys, carrying the sweet, unpolluted scent of new life and cosmic dust. It was a rhythmic exhalation and inhalation, a sound so profound and steady, it became the underlying heartbeat of the infant world, a constant, comforting thrum that resonated through the very bedrock. These giants did not labor, they simply were. Their existence was a continuous act of gentle creation, a quiet shaping of reality through their serene presence. When they rested, their colossal bodies settled into the earth with an almost imperceptible sigh. And where their forms met the land, valleys would softly deepen, or hills would gently swell. A sleeping giant's back might become a long, undulating mountain range, its contours softened by the moss of ages and the gentle erosion of cosmic rains. Rivers found their paths tracing the lines of their outstretched limbs, flowing with the very essence of their peaceful dreams, murmuring soft stories to the stones they passed. Their minds, if one could perceive them, were not filled with thoughts of ambition or desire, but with a vast, unblemished stillness, a profound peace that mirrored the endless expanse of the universe. They communed not through words, but through resonant vibrations, through a silent understanding that flowed between them like the most serene of cosmic currents. Each giant was a living repository of cosmic wisdom, not learned through study, but inherent in their very being, a tranquil knowledge that permeated their presence and softly influenced the unfolding world around them. There was no haste in their actions, no urgency in their purpose, only the slow, graceful progression of existence, guided by their unwavering serenity. Imagine the sounds of this ancient world, the gentle hum of nascent stars, the distant soft lapping of primordial waters against unseen shores, the almost silent rustle of the very first, delicate leaves unfurling on primordial trees, and always threading through it all, the deep, rhythmic breathing of the giants, a constant soothing bass note in the symphony of creation. There were no harsh cries, no sudden roars, no jarring clashes. Every sound was a gentle whisper, a soft sigh, a harmonious resonance that invited peace and deep repose. The air itself was imbued with this tranquility, cool and pure, carrying the subtle, sweet fragrance of blossoms that had just begun to unfurl, a scent as gentle and inviting as a lullaby. The giants of gentle nature were not merely inhabitants of this world. They were its very spirit, its most profound manifestation of peace. Their immense eyes, vast and deep as tranquil cosmic pools, held no judgment, only an infinite calm acceptance. When they gazed upon the unfolding landscape, the nascent life within it seemed to flourish with renewed vitality, bathed in the warmth of their serene attention. They were guardians not through force, but through their unwavering, benevolent presence. They taught the world how to breathe, how to grow, how to simply be, by embodying these very principles in their every colossal, unhurried movement. Consider the notion of time in this era. It did not rush or hurry. It flowed like a vast, slow river, unconcerned with beginnings or ends, only with the eternal present. The giants moved within this river, their forms as timeless as the stars, their existence as boundless as the cosmic ocean. 1,000 years might pass like a single peaceful breath for them, a brief moment in the grand tapestry of their serene watch. This immense scale of time, coupled with their gentle nature, meant that every change, every development in the world was gradual, organic, and harmonious. Nothing was forced. Everything was allowed to unfurl at its own perfect, unhurried pace, guided by the silent, benevolent influence of these ancient beings. Their touch, though immense, was always delicate. When a giant would reach a hand down to the burgeoning forests, it was not to pluck or to break, but to caress the soft canopy, to let the dew-kissed leaves brush against their ancient skin. The forest would respond with a silent shimmer, a gentle sway, acknowledging the profound connection. When their colossal fingers would trace lines in the primordial soil, those lines would not be scars, but gentle furrows, inviting the first seeds to nestle and sprout. They were the silent gardeners of existence, tending to the cosmic garden with an infinite patience and an unwavering love that needed no words to be expressed. As we drift deeper into this ancient vision, allow yourself to feel the profound sense of security that their presence emanated. There was no threat, no danger, no fear in a world cradled by these gentle giants. Their sheer scale, combined with their utterly benign nature, created an atmosphere of absolute safety. Imagine being a tiny seedling, unfurling its first leaf in the shadow of one of these colossal, slumbering forms. You would feel not insignificance, but a deep, encompassing protection, a warmth radiating from the ancient stone and earth that made up their being, a silent promise of enduring peace. Their very essence was a shield against all harshness, a beacon of unwavering calm in the primordial expanse. The legacy of these giants of gentle nature is not etched in monuments or grand structures, but woven into the very fabric of the world itself. It is in the soft curve of a distant horizon, the gentle murmur of a hidden spring, the quiet strength of an ancient tree. Their influence whispers in the gentle rustle of leaves, hums in the distant, tranquil waves, and rests in the deep, unwavering peace of the earth. They laid the foundation for beauty, harmony, and an enduring serenity, not through force or decree, but through their profound, gentle existence. They taught the universe the art of peaceful unfolding, of finding strength in stillness, and of creating beauty through the softest touch. Now, as this image of the gentle giants settles within your mind, allow their ancient pervasive calm to wash over you. Feel the slow, rhythmic breath of the cosmic wind, carrying the scent of primordial peace. Imagine the soft, pearlescent light bathing your own being, soothing away any tension, any stray thought. Let the profound stillness of that ancient epoch, the unwavering serenity of these colossal, benevolent beings, guide you deeper into a state of utter relaxation. Their presence is a timeless lullaby, a comforting embrace from the dawn of existence, inviting you to release, to surrender, and to drift gently into the deepest, most peaceful slumber. Every breath you take is a connection to that ancient, tranquil rhythm, a gentle journey further into rest, enveloped by the vast, quiet majesty of the giants of gentle nature. Settle now, dear one, into the deepest cradle of comfort, allowing your breath to lengthen and soften, your muscles to release their gentle hold, and your mind to drift on a slow, silken current. We begin our journey not with a sudden start, but with the most profound and ancient quietude imaginable, a stillness that predates even the whisper of time. Imagine, if you will, a state of absolute boundless peace. This was the Great Stillness, the tranquil heart of existence before anything had a name, before anything took form. It was not an empty void, but rather an infinite soft expanse, like the most luxurious velvet darkness, utterly devoid of edges or boundaries. A cosmic lullaby, a vast, warm embrace of pure potential. There were no sounds here, save for perhaps the gentle rhythmic beat of your own heart, echoing softly in this immense, comforting quiet. No light, no shadow, just an all-encompassing, tender darkness, like the deepest, most dreamless sleep the universe itself could ever know. In this sublime stillness, there was no hurry, no want, no striving, just an eternal, perfect balance. You are nestled within this timeless calm, feeling its gentle weight, its profound sense of security. It is a space of ultimate rest, where all worries dissolve into the softest of mists, leaving behind only peace. Feel how this deep quiet enfolds you, cushioning you, inviting you to let go completely. It is the beginning of everything, yet it feels like the gentle end of all striving, a return to pure, unblemished serenity. And then, so infinitesimally slowly, like the softest breath drawn after an eternity of slumber, something began to stir within this magnificent stillness. Not a ripple, not a tremor, but a subtle internal warmth, a faint, almost imperceptible hum of awakening. It was the universe stretching, not with a jolt, but with a languid, unhurried grace. From this immense, gentle potential, a presence began to unfurl, not with a dramatic burst, but with the quiet unfolding of a sleeping flower petal in the earliest dawn. This was the emergence of Gaia, the earth. Imagine her not as a sudden rocky planet, but as a soft, verdant expanse slowly taking shape beneath you. Feel the gentle rise of her rolling hills like the contours of a sleeping giantess, covered in the softest moss and the richest, dark soil. Her valleys are scooped out like comforting hollows, inviting rest. There is a deep, grounding warmth emanating from her. A sense of stable, nurturing presence. She is solid, yet yielding, firm, yet infinitely gentle, offering a safe, foundational embrace. You can almost feel the imagined texture of soft, cool earth beneath your fingertips, the subtle, clean scent of damp soil and nascent greenery filling the air with a faint, refreshing sweetness. As Gaia gently settled into her form, a vast, overarching presence began to stretch above her. This was Ouranos, the sky, unfurling like an immense, silken canopy. He arched high above, not a harsh bright blue, but a soft, ethereal azure, deepening into tranquil indigo at its farthest reaches. He was a protective dome, a boundless, gentle vault, holding the world in a tender embrace. Imagine gazing up at this pristine, nascent sky, so incredibly vast, yet so intimately close. It is a comforting blanket, woven from the purest air, a limitless expanse that invites your gaze to wander and your spirit to soar, but always gently, always safely. There are no clouds yet, no storms, just an immaculate, profound blue, or perhaps a twilight gray, hinting at the quiet wonders yet to come. And then, nestled within Gaia's gentle contours and reflecting Ouranos' soft expanse, the first waters began to gather. This was Pontus. The sea. Imagine vast, tranquil bodies of water, not crashing waves, but still, shimmering surfaces like immense polished mirrors. They held the nascent light of the sky with a profound serenity, reflecting the calm expanse above. Hear the faintest, most gentle lapping sound, a rhythmic, soothing whisper against the emerging shores, like a lullaby murmured by the world itself. The water is cool and clear, infinitely deep, yet perfectly peaceful, stretching to the horizon in an unbroken sheet of liquid tranquility. It is the soft breath of the world, flowing and ebbing with an ancient, unhurried grace. From the very heart of that initial, tender darkness, two profound presences began to weave themselves into existence, not as an opposition, but as a beautiful, necessary rhythm. Erebus. The deep, comforting darkness settled like a velvet cloak over the nascent world, bringing with it a sense of quiet introspection and profound rest. And alongside him, Nyx, the night, spread her starry mantle, a delicate embroidery of faint, twinkling lights against the dark expanse. Imagine the first stars, not blazing fiercely, but appearing like distant, gentle pinpricks of light, each one a silent promise of wonder. The air grew cooler, softer, imbued with the quiet magic of a world settling down for its first peaceful slumber. It was a darkness that invited dreams, a night that cradled all beginnings in its soft embrace. But with this gentle darkness came its exquisite counterpart, very slowly, subtly, like the first pale blush on the eastern horizon. Either. The upper pure light began to infuse the space above the sky. It was not the glaring light of midday, but a diffused, ethereal glow like the softest pearl sheen, illuminating the edges of Ouranos. And from ether's gentle presence, Hemera, the day, began her slow, tender ascent. She spread across the world like a warm golden syrup, painting the sky with the softest hues of rose and lavender, then pale, hopeful yellow. This was the very first dawn, stretching its gentle fingers across the landscape, chasing away the deepest shadows, not with force, but with an incremental, loving touch. Feel the imagined warmth of this newborn light on your skin, a comforting caress that banishes all chill, leaving only a sense of renewal and quiet hope. The world awakens, not with a jolt, but with a slow, contented sigh, and binding all these emerging elements, weaving through the very fabric of this nascent reality, was the gentle, undeniable force of Eros. Not a tumultuous passion, but a subtle, unifying warmth, a quiet attraction that drew things together, fostering connection and gentle growth. It was the unseen thread that linked the earth to the sky, the water to the land, the light to the darkness, ensuring a harmonious, flowing balance. Eros was the soft pulse of creation, the gentle urge for things to be, to connect, to grow, all within a rhythm of absolute peace and serene unfolding. It was the loving intention behind every soft curve, every gentle hue, every quiet whisper of the world coming into being. You are floating now, dear one, in this perfectly balanced, newly formed world. The great stillness has given way to the softest stirrings of life. A world painted in gentle colors, hushed in peaceful sounds, and infused with a tender warmth. Feel the quiet stability of Gaia beneath you, the vast protective dome of Ouranos above, the tranquil embrace of Pontus, and the beautiful rhythmic dance of Nyx and Hemera, weaving night and day into a comforting pattern, all held together by the gentle unifying spirit of Eros. Drift deeper into this primordial peace, into the soft, rhythmic breath of the world's beginning. Let the memory of this infinite calm, this slow, tender unfolding, envelop you completely. You are safe, you are held, you are at peace. And with each gentle breath, you sink further into the serene depths of sleep, guided by the quiet wonder of the world's very first light. Rest now softly, deeply, peacefully. Next, Hera, the queen of the heavens, came forth. Her presence a soft, expansive, protective embrace that settled over the mountain like a gentle cloud. Her arrival painted the vast, serene sky with delicate shifting hues of rose and lavender, like the most tender moments of dusk and dawn, merging into one serene, seamless canvas of celestial beauty, an eternal twilight that softly cradled the world in its gentle embrace. Her essence was a quiet, profound grace, a gentle majesty that shimmered with the softest pearlescent glow, inviting a deep sense of security and belonging. She brought with her the comfort of a vast, calm expanse, a feeling of being gently watched over, perpetually protected by a benevolent presence. Her gaze, though unseen, felt like a soft, warm light, a silent promise of enduring peace and gentle harmony for all future generations. Her very being radiated an aura of quiet dignity, a serene strength that flowed like a tranquil river, soothing any nascent uncertainties and reinforcing the profound calm that was Olympus. She was a gentle anchor in the boundless heavens, ensuring that even the most expansive energies found their peaceful, settled place. From the deepest, most quiet recesses of the nascent cosmos, a profound stillness began to gather, and with the utmost gentleness Hades emerged. His realm was not one of shadows or fear, but of profound nurturing rest, a sanctuary of deep earth and ancient roots, a place where all energies, having completed their vibrant cycle above, could settle into a quiet, restorative slumber. He embodied the soft, cool touch of the earth at night, the comforting weight of a deep, dreamless sleep, a silent guardian of all that lies beneath, patiently tending to the quiet rhythms of renewal. His presence was like the softest velvet darkness, a comforting cloak that enveloped tired spirits, inviting them to release all burdens into the gentle embrace of the earth. Imagine the quiet hush of a vast ancient forest at midnight, where only the softest rustle of leaves can be heard, and the air is imbued with the scent of damp soil and slumbering life. This was Hades, a gentle keeper of the profound peace found in stillness, a silent promise that all things eventually return to a state of quiet repose, preparing for a gentle reawakening in their own perfect time. He offered a haven of profound tranquility, a space where existence could simply be without expectation or demand, nestled in the gentle, unwavering support of the earth's deepest, most peaceful heart. Then, from the shimmering, nascent cosmic waters, Poseidon came forth, not with crashing waves, but with the gentle, rhythmic ebb and flow of the most tranquil ocean, a soothing lullaby of soft currents and serene depths. His birth was accompanied by the softest lapping sounds, like silk brushing against the shore of a dream, and the subtle, refreshing scent of pure, clean water. He embodied the deep, calming blue of the boundless sea, where light filters softly through the surface, creating an ethereal, shimmering dance of peace in the quiet depths. His presence brought a gentle, undulating rhythm to the world, a constant, comforting motion that mirrored the slow, steady beat of a peaceful heart. He was the guardian of all waters. From the dewdrop nestled on a morning petal to the vast, serene oceans that cradled the continents, ensuring their flow was ever gentle, ever life-giving, ever soothing. Imagine drifting effortlessly on a calm, moonlit sea, feeling the gentle sway beneath you, hearing only the soft, rhythmic breath of the water. This was the essence of Poseidon, a benevolent force that reminded all of the profound peace found in surrender to the natural, gentle currents of life, guiding all into a state of deep, untroubled relaxation. His touch was like cool, refreshing water, washing away all traces of unease, leaving only a sensation of profound cleanliness and serene renewal. And finally, from the very pinnacle of Mount Olympus, infused with the combined essence of all these gentle energies, Zeus emerged. He did not arrive with a sudden, startling flash of lightning or a booming roar, but rather as a soft, radiant illumination, a gentle brightening that slowly, serenely spread across the heavens. His presence was like the most benevolent sunrise, not harsh or abrupt, but a slow, tender unveiling of light that gently awakened the world, painting the sky with hues of soft gold, tranquil blue, and ethereal silver. His thunder was but a deep, resonant hum, a cosmic purr that resonated with the profound harmony of creation, a sound like a gentle, distant melody that calmed the very core of being, promising stability and balance. Zeus embodied the gentle, guiding hand that orchestrated the serene dance of the cosmos, ensuring that all elements found their perfect, peaceful alignment. He was the gentle leader, not through force, but through an inherent, quiet wisdom that radiated outward, creating a palpable sense of order and tranquil oversight. His gaze encompassing all was like a warm, comforting light, a beacon of peace that gently guided the nascent world towards its harmonious destiny. He was the culmination of Olympus's gentle energy, a benevolent presence that ensured the continuous, serene unfolding of existence, a quiet guardian of universal tranquility, a soft whisper of supreme peace that settled over all. With the gentle arrival of these foundational deities, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus, Mount Olympus transformed further, not into a place of bustling activity, but into a living, breathing sanctuary of profound peace, a cosmic garden where divine energies bloomed in quiet harmony. The very air seemed to thicken with a gentle, palpable tranquility, each molecule imbued with the softest essence of repose. The whispers of the breeze carried not just lullabies, but the silent, comforting affirmations of these gentle gods, weaving a tapestry of unending serenity across the peaks and valleys. The slopes of Olympus, previously described as draped in twilight, now felt even more alive with a subtle inner radiance. Imagine flowers that never quite close, their petals perpetually unfurling in slow motion, emanating a soft, luminous glow that is neither bright nor dim, but simply is, a gentle beacon in the pervasive calm. Mythical creatures born of the same gentle energies began to stir, not with sudden movements, but with languid stretches and soft, almost inaudible sighs. Majestic stags with antlers like polished silver browsed peacefully on meadows of perpetually soft emerald moss, their movements graceful and unhurried. Birds with iridescent plumage, their songs like the softest chime of crystal bells, glided on the gentle currents, their presence adding another layer of sublime auditory peace. Even the rivers and streams that meandered down the mountain's flanks flowed with a liquid tranquility, their waters clear and cool, murmuring secrets of ancient peace to the smooth, moss-covered stones. Their sound was a continuous, soothing whisper, a gentle counterpoint to the quiet hum of creation, inviting deep contemplation and effortless relaxation. Cronus and Rhea, the gentle progenitors, observed this unfolding with deep, unwavering contentment. Their presence became an even more profound anchor of peace, their love radiating outwards like a warm, invisible current, gently supporting the newly born deities. Rhea, in particular, seemed to embody the very spirit of maternal serenity, her essence woven into the fabric of Olympus, ensuring that every new development occurred with the tender care of a mother nurturing her beloved children. Her quiet joy was like a soft, pervasive warmth, a gentle embrace that settled upon all, fostering a sense of profound safety and unconditional acceptance. Cronus, in his gentle wisdom, oversaw this harmonious emergence, his presence a steady, reassuring foundation, a silent promise of enduring peace and gentle stability. Their combined energy was a silent symphony of creation, a lullaby whispered by the universe itself, guiding all into a state of deep, untroubled rest. The passage of time on Olympus became an illusion, for here, existence was an eternal, gentle present. There was no rush, no urgency, only the quiet, rhythmic unfolding of cosmic processes, each moment a perfect, serene jewel in the necklace of eternity. The light never faded into true darkness, nor did it ever intensify into a harsh glare. It remained in that perpetual, exquisite twilight, a gentle blend of silver and rose, creating an environment of continuous, soft luminescence. This enduring light was a visual manifestation of the unbroken peace that reigned supreme, a soothing balm for the eyes and the spirit. The air, perpetually pristine, carried the ever-present calming fragrance, a delicate blend of ancient pine, sweet mystic herbs, and now the subtle, clean scent of fresh water, and the soft earth after a gentle cosmic rain. It was an aroma designed to soothe the deepest parts of the soul, inviting breath to become deeper, slower, more profound. Each inhalation a step further into a state of absolute, tranquil repose. The constant, almost imperceptible breeze continued its gentle caress, bringing with it the softest murmurs, not just lullabies, but harmonizing whispers from the newly settled gods, a collective chorus of cosmic peace that enveloped everything in a comforting, drowsy embrace. Even the ground beneath one's feet, that luxurious moss, seemed to deepen in its comforting qualities. It felt like walking on clouds made of velvet, each step cushioned, each sensation one of profound softness and support. It was a verdant cradle, gently swaying with the rhythmic pulls of Olympus, nurturing all life, both divine and nascent, with an unwavering, tender embrace. Every fiber of Olympus, from its highest, softly glowing peaks to its deepest, most tranquil valleys, resonated with a quiet, profound welcome, inviting all energies, all beings to simply be, to settle and unfold in their own perfect time, under the gentle, watchful eyes of its benevolent inhabitants. This was the true essence of celestial births on Mount Olympus, not a saga of struggle or conflict, but a tender, deliberate unveiling of divine presence, each god emerging as a soft breath, a gentle light, a comforting sound, adding another layer to the profound tapestry of universal peace. It was a testament to the idea that creation itself could be an act of supreme tranquility, a slow. As Hera's soft, expansive presence settled over the mountain peak, her gentle embrace seemed to awaken something truly magnificent within the very fabric of the sky itself. The vast, serene canvas she had painted, rich with hues of lavender and rose, peach and pearl, now began to shimmer with an inner light, a silent, breathtaking transformation unfolding with the utmost grace. It was as if the air itself, previously just a medium, now became a sculptor, delicately shaping the ethereal into the tangible, yet still dreamlike. From the deepest, most tranquil layers of the clouds, a luminosity began to emerge, not a blinding flash, but a slow, unfolding glow, like the first blush of dawn on a silken horizon. This luminescence was warm and inviting, a gentle beacon that pulsed with the quiet rhythm of the universe. It started as a faint, golden dust scattered across the highest reaches, catching the softest whispers of the breeze and turning them into trails of sparkling starlight. This dust gathered, coalesced, and began to form delicate shimmering outlines against the pastel sky. Slowly, tenderly, the contours of a city began to reveal themselves, not carved from solid rock, but woven from pure light and the softest, most luminous clouds. Imagine a city built not with heavy bricks, but with the very essence of dreams and the gentle caress of the heavens. Its walls were not formidable barriers, but rather soft, undulating curves of pearl and iridescent mist, catching the light and scattering it in 1,000 muted rainbows. Each curve and line seemed to breathe, expanding and contracting with an almost imperceptible, soothing rhythm, a silent hymn to creation. The grand gateways to this celestial city were the first structures to truly take form, not as imposing arches, but as vast, welcoming portals that seemed to unfurl like the petals of a giant, glowing flower. They were fashioned from what appeared to be molten gold, Yet it was a gold so light and ethereal, it seemed to float rather than stand. Adorned with countless precious stones, each gem was not cut with sharp angles, but smoothed and rounded by unseen forces, glowing with a soft inner fire of sapphire blues, emerald greens, and ruby reds, all muted and blended into a harmonious, comforting sparkle. These gates never truly closed, but rather shimmered with an open invitation, a silent promise of peace within. Beyond these luminous gates, the city unfurled itself, a breathtaking panorama of gentle wonders. Palaces began to rise, not with sharp, imposing towers, but with graceful, spiraling turrets that seemed to melt into the clouds above. Their surfaces were a blend of pure, unblemished white marble, so smooth it felt like cool silk to the touch, and panels of polished, burnished gold that reflected the soft light of the heavens like a benevolent mirror. Every edge was softened, every corner rounded, creating an architecture that felt fluid and organic, as if it had grown naturally from the heart of the sky. The air within this burgeoning city was exquisitely gentle, carrying on its light currents the most delicate and sweet fragrances. Imagine the scent of 1,000 unseen blossoms blooming eternally in ethereal gardens, mingled with the crisp, clean aroma of high mountain air, and a subtle, almost imperceptible hint of divine nectar. It was a fragrance that didn't overwhelm, but rather cradled the senses, a soft, olfactory lullaby that promised tranquility and deep rest. Each breath felt purifying, cleansing, and utterly refreshing, yet so gentle it barely registered, a comforting presence rather than a distinct sensation. Pathways wound through this golden city, not paved with harsh stones, but with shimmering pearlescent light that seemed to pulse from beneath the ground. Walking upon them would be like treading on solidified moonlight, each step cushioned and soundless, guiding you gently through the serene landscape. These paths meandered past glowing fountains, where streams of liquid light cascaded into basins of polished crystal, creating the softest, most melodious tinkling sounds, like tiny distant bells, chiming in perfect harmony with the gentle breeze. The water in these fountains wasn't cold, but rather cool and refreshing, shimmering with an inner light, inviting quiet contemplation. Gardens stretched between the palaces, unlike any known on earth. Here, the flora was woven from light itself. Trees with leaves of shimmering silver and gold swayed with an almost silent grace, their branches adorned with blossoms that glowed with a soft internal light, illuminating the pathways with a warm, comforting radiance. Flowers of every imaginable hue, from deep indigo to softest rose, sparkled with dewdrops that were actually solidified starlight, each droplet holding a tiny, intricate galaxy within. The grass underfoot was not rough, but soft as moss, shimmering with a velvety texture, inviting you to recline and simply absorb the profound peace. The sounds of this golden city were a symphony of hushed beauty. There was the constant, gentle whisper of the wind, carrying with it echoes of distant, celestial melodies that seemed to emanate from the very heart of the heavens. It was a sound that didn't demand attention, but rather folded itself into the quiet background, a comforting presence that lulled the mind. Occasionally, a soft, harmonious chime would drift from one of the palaces, a sound like polished crystal resonating with pure joy, yet always gentle, never startling, fading away as softly as it arrived. It was the sound of ultimate serenity, a lullaby woven from the universe's own breath. Even the light within the city was unique. It wasn't the harsh, direct light of midday nor the dimness of twilight, but a perpetual, soft golden glow that permeated everything. It was as if the sun itself had learned to whisper, bathing the entire city in a warm, even radiance that cast no sharp shadows, only soft, ethereal outlines. This gentle illumination made everything feel safe, secure, and infinitely welcoming, removing any trace of anxiety or urgency. It was the light of eternal peace, holding you in its tender embrace. As the final delicate details of the golden city in the clouds settled into place, a profound sense of calm descended upon the entire realm. It was a place crafted not just for dwelling, but for pure, unadulterated peace. The very air vibrated with a gentle, protective energy, a quiet assurance that here, within these luminous walls, all was well. This city, born from the very essence of the heavens and nurtured by Hera's serene presence, felt like a soft, expansive sigh of contentment, a divine sanctuary where tranquility reigned supreme. It was a place for rest, for dreams, and for the quiet unfolding of endless peaceful moments. Allow yourself to drift into this golden realm, feeling the soft, ethereal light bathe your own being. Sense the gentle, fragrant breeze whisper across your skin, carrying with it the softest lullabies. Imagine the velvet touch of the shimmering grass beneath you, inviting you to lie down and surrender to the profound peace. There are no worries here, no tasks, only the quiet, soothing presence of a city crafted from dreams, gently guiding you deeper and deeper into a state of utter relaxation. Let the gentle glow of Olympus wrap around you, a comforting blanket of divine serenity. As your own breath grows softer, your body heavier, and your mind begins to quiet, ready to embrace the deepest, most restorative sleep. As Hera's soft, expansive presence settled over the mountain peak, her gentle embrace seemed to awaken something truly magnificent within the very fabric of the sky itself. The vast, serene canvas she now overlooked began to shimmer with an even deeper, more profound sense of peace, as if the very air hummed with newfound purpose and gentle power. From this tranquil vantage point, one could almost perceive the slow, graceful unfurling of the Olympian domains, each a unique tapestry of calm and beauty, weaving together to form a world of gentle wonders. High above, where the clouds drifted like immense, downy feathers across an endless azure, one could almost perceive the vast, benevolent presence of mighty Zeus, not with the crash of thunder, but with the softest, most distant rumble, like the contented purr of a sleeping giant, echoing from the highest, clearest reaches of the atmosphere. It was a sound that didn't startle but rather reassured, a deep, resonant hum that spoke of protective watchfulness and serene command. Gentle currents of air, stirred by his unseen hand, carried the whisper of ancient wisdom across the mountaintops, cool and refreshing against one's cheek. Sunlight, filtered through the delicate veil of the highest cirrus clouds, painted the world below in hues of soft gold and ethereal silver, casting long, peaceful shadows that stretched across the slumbering land. Closer still, within the very air that flowed around the peak, the nurturing essence of Hera expanded, a warm and comforting embrace that felt like the softest silk against the skin. Her domain, though unseen, manifested as a pervasive sense of belonging and gentle harmony. knitting the elements together with an invisible thread of quiet grace. One could almost smell the faint, sweet scent of blooming wildflowers carried on a summer breeze, a subtle perfume that spoke of gentle growth and peaceful unions settling softly into the senses and encouraging a deep, restful calm. As the gaze drifted lower towards the horizon, a boundless expanse of shimmering blue began to reveal itself, the tranquil domain of Poseidon. Here the ocean stretched out, an enormous placid mirror reflecting the soft glow of the sky. The waves, far in the distance, did not crash, but rather whispered their eternal lullaby, a rhythmic sighing sound that traveled gently on the breeze, growing softer and softer until it was barely a murmur in the ear. The water itself seemed to glow from within. A myriad of serene aquamarines and deep, comforting cerulean, hinting at vast, silent depths where schools of luminous fish drifted slowly and ancient, gentle creatures slept undisturbed in their watery beds. The air carried the clean, subtle scent of sea salt, invigorating yet profoundly calming, a promise of purity and endless, flowing peace. From the shimmering sea, the eye was drawn inland, to where the fertile earth spread out in verdant glory, the gentle realm of Demeter. Here, fields of ripe grains swayed with a soft, rustling sound, like 1,000 tiny hands gently stroking a silken cloth, each movement a silent ode to abundance and quiet growth. Sun-drenched meadows burst forth in a riot of soft greens and muted yellows, dotted with wildflowers that released their gentle fragrances into the warm, still air. One could almost feel the rich, cool earth beneath bare feet, grounding and comforting, a deep connection to the steady rhythm of life. A gentle, almost imperceptible mist sometimes rose from the dew-kissed leaves at dawn, a whisper of nourishing moisture, promising renewal and endless, peaceful cycles of planting and harvest. The entire landscape breathed with a slow, contented sigh, a tapestry of life unfolding in perfect, unhurried harmony. And within the heart of this verdant land, nestled amongst soft rolling hills, one could sense the quiet, unwavering glow of Hestia's domain. It was not a physical place, but a pervasive feeling of warmth and security, like the steady, comforting presence of a hearth fire burning low on a peaceful evening. Imagine the soft, dancing light of embers, casting gentle shadows, a warmth that radiates outwards, embracing all with its quiet strength. The air here felt subtly softer, imbued with a sense of sanctuary and belonging, a silent invitation to rest and find solace. There was no sound but the faintest, almost imagined crackle of wood, a sound that lulled the mind into a state of profound peace, reminding one of home, safety, and unwavering gentle care. Beyond this comforting core, the subtle energies of other Olympians began to emerge, each adding its unique hue to the landscape of serenity. Over serene olive groves, where ancient trees twisted gracefully towards the sky, the calm, thoughtful presence of Athena could be felt. The rustle of their silver-green leaves in the soft breeze sounded like quiet whispers of wisdom, gentle and reassuring. The air here carried a crisp, clean scent, invigorating to the mind yet profoundly peaceful, encouraging serene contemplation. One could almost perceive the gentle glint of finely polished bronze, not of armor, but of tools laid aside, gleaming softly in the afternoon sun, symbols of peaceful craft and thoughtful creation. As the golden light of day began its slow, graceful descent, A different kind of warmth permeated the air, hinting at the radiant domain of Apollo. His presence manifested as an encompassing, healing glow, not intense or blinding, but a soft, pervasive warmth that soothed every fiber of one's being. One might imagine the gentle strumming of a lyre, distant and ethereal, its notes floating on the breeze like delicate golden motes of dust, weaving melodies of quiet joy and profound serenity. The light itself seemed to carry a healing touch, washing over the land and easing any lingering tension, inviting a deep, restorative calm. As Apollo's golden warmth began to recede, a soft, pearlescent glow began to emerge from the eastern horizon, heralding the quiet, silvery domain of Artemis. The forests, now bathed in the gentle luminescence of the rising moon, seemed to deepen their greens, becoming hushed and mysterious, yet utterly safe. Here clear, babbling streams murmured their secrets softly over smooth, moss-covered stones, their sound a gentle counterpoint to the distant call of a lone, nocturnal bird, a sound that only deepened the sense of peace. One could almost perceive the gentle forms of deer and other forest creatures, sleeping soundly in moonlit glades, utterly undisturbed, their quiet breaths rising and falling in perfect rhythm with the hushed wilderness. The air was cool and fresh, carrying the clean scent of pine and damp earth, a soothing balm for tired senses. A soft, fragrant breeze, laden with the scent of countless roses and delicate blossoms, drifted through the valleys, a gentle whisper from the ethereal domain of Aphrodite. It felt like a tender caress, soft and delicate, a reminder of the quiet beauty inherent in all things. The colors of the landscape, even in the fading light, seemed to soften and blend into harmonious pastels, each shade a testament to gentle allure and captivating grace. There was a sense of profound contentment, a lightness of being that settled over the heart, inspiring quiet joy, and a deep, appreciative peace for the simple, exquisite beauty of the world. From deep within the earth, a faint, rhythmic pulse could be felt, not jarring, but a deep, comforting thrum, like the steady beat of a faraway heart, the quiet, industrious domain of Hephaestus. Imagine the soft, resonant clang of a hammer on metal, muffled by layers of rock and earth, a sound so distant it became a gentle lullaby of creation and steady work. A warm, earthy scent mingled with the faint metallic tang of minerals as Hera's soft, expansive presence settled over the mountain peak. Her gentle embrace seemed to awaken something truly magnificent within the very fabric of the sky itself. The vast, serene canvas she touched began to subtly shimmer, not with the brilliance of a storm, nor the sharp glare of a midday sun, but with an inner luminescence so profound and tender, it felt like the sky itself was breathing a sigh of pure contentment. A warm, golden pink hue, delicate as the first blush on a sleeping child's cheek, began to unfurl and spread, painting the entire firmament with an almost palpable softness. This gentle light, infused with the grace and nurturing essence of the Queen of the Heavens, commenced a slow, deliberate descent, reaching out like an ethereal caress, an invisible silken veil unfurling towards the world below. It was a descent utterly devoid of haste, a gradual unfolding, like the slow, graceful drift of a feather on a windless day, or the imperceptible deepening of twilight into a velvety night. It wasn't a sudden beam, piercing or focused, nor a concentrated ray, but a widespread, benevolent glow, a soft cosmic breath that drifted down through the atmosphere with an almost reverent slowness. Each tiny mote of light, infinitesimally small yet vibrant with purpose, carried with it a whisper of divine potential, a spark of the cosmos, a gentle offering from the boundless, tranquil energy that now permeated every molecule of the air. This iridescent mist, shimmering with the softest energies of creation, settled upon the untouched earth as delicately as gossamer. It mingled with the morning dew that clung like tiny pearls to emerald leaves, nestling within the velvet petals of newly opened blossoms, and sinking with quiet intention into the rich, dark soil, infusing the very ground with its celestial essence. The earth, ancient and wise, seemed to sigh in gentle reception, a deep, resonant exhalation, absorbing this celestial gift with quiet reverence, as if acknowledging a long-awaited homecoming. A subtle yet pervasive hum vibrated through the land, a deep, resonant tone, like the quiet thrum of a perfectly tuned harp-string, vibrating with life yet to fully awaken. A melody of profound peace that resonated through the very bedrock. From this harmonious, almost sacred union of sky and earth, where divine grace met fertile ground in a silent, tender embrace, something truly new began to stir. Not with a sudden, disruptive burst, but with the slow, patient, and utterly unhurried unfolding of a dream that had long slumbered. Within the deep, nurturing heart of the earth itself, nestled amongst the gnarled roots of ancient, whispering trees, whose leaves offered a continuous, soft murmur, and beneath the gentle, crystalline flow of streams that sang their own quiet songs, tiny points of light began to glow. These were not the fierce, consuming fires of creation, nor the searing brilliance of a star's birth, but delicate inner illuminations, like distant stars, reflected in the perfectly still surface of a dark, pristine pond, or the soft, otherworldly phosphorescence of deep-sea creatures, glowing with an inherent, quiet vitality. Each spark pulsed with a gentle rhythmic beat, a nascent consciousness, a quiet, almost imperceptible awakening. Like the first stirrings of warmth within a perfectly smooth, polished stone. Slowly, tenderly, with an infinite patience born of cosmic grace, these sparks began to draw upon the rich, vibrant essence around them, from the cool, soft earth, whose embrace felt like a soothing balm, from the shimmering dew that gathered like liquid moonlight, and from the very air breathed out by the gods themselves. They began to gather form. Imagine a wisp of morning mist so ethereal it seems to be woven from pure light, slowly, gracefully gathering itself, coalescing into something more substantial, yet still delicate, translucent, and imbued with an otherworldly beauty. Or consider the miraculous, unhurried unfurling of a perfect rosebud, each velvety petal slowly, gracefully revealing itself to the light, a silent dance of exquisite beauty. In this same unhurried, gentle, and utterly natural manner, the first shapes of humankind began to emerge. They were born of the earth's gentle embrace and the sky's soft blessing, imbued with a quiet dignity that resonated with the ancient silence of the world and an innate, profound connection to the natural world around them, as if they were extensions of its own tranquil beauty. Their forms at first were like sculptures carved from soft light and shadow, ethereal and luminous, their nascent limbs unfolding with a serene grace, a fluidity that spoke of inherent harmony. Their features were indistinct, softened by the gentle light, yet imbued with a profound sense of peace, a quietude that permeated their very being. There was no struggle, no harsh entry into the world, no sudden gasp for air. Instead, they simply were. As naturally and effortlessly as a flower blooms under the benevolent sun, or a river finds its path to the sea, guided by an unseen, gentle hand. Their very first breath was the softest sigh of the wind through the leaves, a gentle exhalation that filled them with the fragrant air of creation. Their first sight was the gentle, dappled sunlight filtering through the dense, protective canopy of ancient trees, painting shifting patterns of light and shade on the forest floor. Their first touch was the cool, yielding moss beneath their awakening hands, a silken carpet that welcomed them into existence. Each moment was a tender revelation, a quiet blessing. These nascent beings, the first of humankind, moved with an instinctive harmony, their movements fluid and unhurried, like water flowing over smooth stones. Their eyes, opening slowly, beheld a world of breathtaking yet profoundly gentle beauty. Lush, verdant forests stretched out before them, their leaves rustling a continuous, soothing lullaby, a symphony of soft whispers that cradled the air. Rivers impossibly clear and cool meandered through the landscape, their soft murmuring a constant, comforting companion, a gentle conversation between water and earth. Wildflowers in every conceivable shade of soft pastel, lilac, rose, sky blue, creamy white, painted the meadows in vibrant, yet never jarring tapestries of color. Their delicate fragrances, a blend of honeyed sweetness and fresh earth, mingled in the gentle breeze, creating an intoxicating perfume of peace that filled the very air they breathed. There was no fear in their hearts, no urgency in their steps, no shadow of want to cloud their pristine minds. Their days were a tranquil exploration of this newfound paradise, each moment a gentle discovery. They felt the warmth of the sun on their skin, a soft, benevolent touch that imbued them with a quiet, boundless energy, a deep sense of well-being that permeated their very core. They listened to the distant rhythmic crash of waves on a shore they had yet to discover, a sound that resonated with the deep, steady beat of their own developing hearts, a primal rhythm of the earth itself. They tasted the sweet, fresh water from bubbling springs, cool and pure, nourishing them from within, cleansing their beings with every gentle sip. Each sensation was a gentle revelation, a soft caress from the world itself, guiding them deeper into the embrace of existence, teaching them, without words, the profound beauty of being. The gods, from their lofty sun-drenched peaks, veiled in soft clouds and golden light, gazed down upon this gentle unfolding with quiet approval, a deep satisfaction filling their divine hearts. Their pervasive presence, now a benevolent energy, felt like a warm, protective blanket draped over the nascent world, ensuring its harmony and growth. Zeus, in his quiet majesty, his gaze reflecting the endless sky, nodded, and a soft golden light seemed to bathe the world in an eternal afternoon glow, a timeless moment of perfect serenity. Hera, her heart filled with expansive grace, a gentle, all-encompassing love, smiled, and the very air itself felt softer, imbued with a mother's tender love, ensuring that all life thrived in perfect balance and profound harmony, protected and cherished. These first humans were creatures of pure wonder, their beings resonating with the pristine beauty surrounding them. They lived in perfect accord with the gentle rhythms of nature, their spirits flowing with the tides of day and night. They slept beneath skies painted with 1,000,000 gentle stars, each one a distant twinkling lullaby, their dreams as soft and peaceful as the rustling leaves above them, filled with images of tranquil meadows and murmuring streams. They awoke to the gentle chorus of birdsong, a symphony of quiet joy that welcomed each new day with melodious grace, their own hearts echoing the gentle melody. Their minds were clear, unburdened by anxiety or doubt, their spirits untroubled, reflecting the pristine beauty of the world around them like still, clear pools reflecting the sky. They learned simply by being, by observing the slow, graceful dance of the clouds across the vast expanse, the patient, unhurried growth of a mighty tree, the silent, elegant flight of a butterfly from one delicate blossom to another. Each observation was a lesson in peace, a testament to the unhurried wisdom of creation. Their needs were few, effortlessly met by the boundless generosity of the earth. Sweet, plump berries ripened on the vine, offering their succulent sweetness, requiring no effort beyond a gentle hand to pluck them. Clear streams offered their pure, refreshing waters, flowing freely for all. The softest, deepest moss provided a cushioned resting place, a velvety bed beneath the protective canopy of ancient trees. There was no sense of want, no struggle for sustenance, only an effortless flow of life, sustained by the gentle, providing hand of the cosmos. Their existence was a living testament to the serene power of creation, a soft breath in the vastness of time, a tender spark igniting into a gentle, ever-present flame of humanity, burning with a quiet, steady light. Their days unfolded like the petals of a water lily, each moment a calm opening to beauty, each experience a deepening of their connection to the world and to each other. They moved through their verdant home with an innate reverence, their footsteps barely disturbing the moss, their voices soft whispers that blended with the wind. The air itself seemed to hum with contentment, a palpable sense of peace that embraced every living thing. Imagine the subtle beauty of sunlight filtering through leaves, creating intricate shifting patterns on the forest floor, and how these first humans would pause, captivated by the silent dance of light and shadow, finding deep contentment in its simple artistry. Picture the gentle curve of a river, reflecting the soft hues of the sky, its surface barely disturbed, save for the occasional ripple of a fish or the delicate touch of a falling leaf. These were the sights that filled their days, lessons in stillness and grace. The scent of damp earth after a light rain, mingling with the perfume of wildflowers, would have been a profound sensory experience, grounding them, connecting them deeply to the fertile world from which they sprang. As Hera's soft, expansive presence settled over the mountain peak, her gentle embrace seemed to awaken something truly magnificent within the very fabric of the sky itself. The vast, serene canvas she touched began to unfurl with the quiet grace of a blossoming dream, stretching out from the radiant peak of Olympus, a sacred heart beating softly at the very center of the world. Above, the celestial tapestry softened from the vibrant hues of dawn into an impossibly tender blue, a color so pure and deep it felt like an endless, comforting sigh. Wisps of clouds, spun from the lightest threads of mist and starlight, drifted with an unhurried elegance, like ancient knowing spirits passing by on silent wings, carrying whispers of forgotten lullabies. From this hallowed summit, a breathtaking panorama gently revealed itself. A sprawling landscape bathed in the nascent light of a new, tranquil age. It was a world woven from myth and nurtured by divine hands, where every valley held a story, every river sang a quiet song. Below, the slopes of Olympus descended in a cascade of verdant greens, softening into forests, whose ancient trees stood as patient, watchful guardians. Their canopies, thick and luxuriant, caught the nascent sunlight, transforming it into 1,000 dappled emerald gleams that danced upon the moss-covered forest floor. A gentle breeze, cool and fragrant with the scent of pine and wild blossoms, stirred the leaves, creating a soft, rhythmic rustling, a whisper that promised only peace, a gentle invitation to simply be. Allow your gaze to drift, following the soft contours of this magnificent land. See how the majestic mountain ranges ripple across the horizon, their peaks, often crowned with a delicate dusting of snow that sparkled like scattered diamonds, reaching upwards as if in silent communion with the heavens. These mountains were not harsh or foreboding, but rather gentle giants, their slopes cloaked in serene forests and meadows where wildflowers bloomed in a riot of soft colors, lilacs, golds, and gentle blues, swaying in unison with the unhurried breath of the world. Imagine the feeling of this air, so clean and crisp, filling your lungs with a deep sense of calm, washing away any lingering tension, leaving only lightness in its wake. Beyond the mountains, the landscape gently broadened into sun-drenched plains, stretching out like a vast emerald carpet under the benevolent gaze of the heavens. Here, Demeter's gentle touch was evident in every swaying stalk of grain, every patch of fertile earth. The fields of wheat, still green and tender, rippled like a tranquil sea in the soft breeze, their movements hypnotically uniform, a silent symphony of growth and abundance. The air here was sweet and earthy, carrying the promise of nourishment and the quiet satisfaction of a world in perfect balance. You can almost feel the warmth of the earth beneath your bare feet, a comforting, grounding sensation that connects you deeply to this peaceful, ancient land. Further still, nestled within the embrace of rolling hills, lie shimmering lakes of crystal clear water, reflecting the sky above with perfect fidelity, mirroring the passing clouds in the gentle azure expanse. These lakes, tranquil and still, are places of profound serenity, where the surface is disturbed only by the quiet plop of a skipping stone, or the gentle ripple from a swan gliding by with effortless grace. Imagine sitting by the water's edge, feeling the soft warmth of the sun on your skin, listening to the almost imperceptible lapping of the water against the shore, a sound as soothing as a soft, repetitive lullaby. Dragonflies with iridescent wings hover lazily over the water, their delicate forms catching the sunlight in fleeting, jewel-toned flashes before settling silently among the reeds. And then, allow your consciousness to drift, like a feather on the softest current, towards the distant glittering expanse of the Aegean Sea. From this elevated perspective, it appears as an endless, sparkling sapphire, stretching out to meet the horizon in a haze of soft, ethereal blue. The sea itself breathes with a gentle rhythm, its waves approaching the distant shores with a whisper rather than a crash. Each gentle swell is a soft exhalation, each receding wave a quiet sigh, creating a continuous, soothing melody that travels on the air, carrying with it the subtle, clean scent of salt in ancient depths. Here, Nereids, the graceful sea nymphs, might be seen dancing just beneath the surface, their movements as fluid and silent as the water itself, their laughter a sound too soft to reach your ears, perceived only as a gentle shimmer on the waves. Imagine a journey, not of effort or destination, but of pure, effortless drifting. You are carried on a gentle cloud, a soft ethereal vessel, woven from the purest mists of Olympus. It moves with an exquisite slowness, allowing you to absorb every detail of these mythical landscapes without haste or urgency. You glide over verdant valleys where wild flowers bloom in an endless tapestry of color, their delicate petals turning sunward with quiet devotion. You pass above ancient olive groves, their silver-green leaves shimmering like countless tiny coins in the gentle sunlight, each tree a monument to endurance and peace, rooted deeply in the rich earth. The air here is thick with the sweet balsamic fragrance of the olive trees, a comforting, timeless aroma. The cloud carries you further, over the winding paths of ancient rivers, their waters flowing with a serene purpose, tracing silver ribbons through the green land. These rivers, fed by mountain springs and divine blessings, murmur softly as they journey towards the sea, their sounds a constant, reassuring presence, a gentle current of life. Along their banks, willow trees droop gracefully, their long, slender branches trailing in the water, creating a tableau of serene contemplation. The soft light filters through their leaves, casting dancing shadows on the riverbanks, inviting quiet repose. You can almost hear the faint, distant song of a river nymph, her voice woven into the very fabric of the water's flow, a melody of pure, unadulterated peace. As your gentle journey continues, you might pass over secluded groves, hidden deep within the heart of ancient forests. These are places of profound stillness, where the sunlight filters down through dense canopies and golden shafts, illuminating patches of moss and fern. Here, the air is cool and still, hushed save for the occasional soft rustle of leaves or the distant, sleepy call of an unseen bird. Dryads, the spirits of the trees, rest peacefully within their ancient trunks, their presence felt only as a deep, comforting sense of life and quiet wisdom that pervades these hallowed spaces. There is no urgency here, no need for words, only a profound sense of belonging and tranquility. The very fabric of the air itself seems to shimmer with a gentle, benevolent energy, a subtle hum that resonates with the slow, steady heartbeat of the world. It is a world where time unfolds with infinite patience, where beauty is not fleeting but eternal, etched into every curve of the land, every ripple of the water, every whisper of the wind. This is a landscape designed for deep rest, for quiet contemplation, for the gentle unwinding of all worries and cares. The light fades imperceptibly, softening from the warm gold of day to the tender rose and lavender hues of twilight, painting the sky with strokes of divine artistry. As the sun begins its slow descent towards the distant horizon, casting long, peaceful shadows across the land, the colors deepen, becoming richer, more profound. The mountains turn to shades of deep indigo, the forests to velvety emeralds, and the sea to a profound shimmering sapphire. The air grows cooler, carrying with it the sweet evening fragrance of night-blooming jasmine and damp earth, a scent that cradles you in its comforting embrace. The world settles into a hush, a vast collective sigh as it prepares for the gentle arrival of night. You feel completely safe, entirely at ease, enveloped by the serene beauty of these mythical landscapes, drifting effortlessly towards a state of profound peace, your mind growing quiet, your body growing heavy and relaxed, ready to surrender to the sweet embrace of sleep. As Hera's soft, expansive presence settled over the mountain peak, her gentle embrace seemed to awaken something truly magnificent within the very fabric of the sky itself. The vast, serene canvas she touched began to ripple with an ethereal glow. Not a vibrant burst, but a deepening, a softening, as if the very light of the heavens was being drawn inwards, folding gently upon itself. This wasn't a fading, but a profound transformation, a quiet invitation to explore a different kind of peace. A peace found not in the boundless expanse above, but in the comforting depths below. It was a beckoning, a tender summons from the heart of stillness, urging you to release the cares of the day and surrender to a more profound, enveloping calm. The sensation was akin to the most tender touch, a silken caress that smoothed away any lingering tension, preparing your spirit for a journey into ultimate tranquility. Every fiber of your being felt this gentle pull, not as a force, but as an irresistible, loving invitation to ease into a state of deep, unwavering repose. The air itself seemed to hum with this silent promise, a melody of peace that resonated deep within your soul, coaxing you gently towards a world where only serenity reigned. Imagine, if you will, the light of the day softening, slowly, imperceptibly, as if a silken veil were being drawn across the sun, not to obscure, but to diffuse and tenderize its brilliance. The brilliant blues and golds of the sky began to melt into hues of lavender and deep amethyst, then into the softest, most comforting charcoal, each transition seamless, each shade a deeper whisper of peace. It was a transition without effort, a gentle descent, as if your very essence was being cradled by an unseen, benevolent hand, guiding you downwards, not into darkness, but into a realm of exquisite stillness, where every sensation was a balm. The sensation was one of effortless drifting, a release from the upward pull of the world, allowing you to settle, softly, gently, into a profound sense of grounding, a feeling of being utterly supported and safe. You felt the weight of the world gently lifting from your shoulders, not violently, but dissolving like morning mist, leaving behind only a profound lightness, a boundless sense of ease. This gentle lowering was not a fall, but a descent into deeper comfort, a sinking into the softest embrace imaginable, where every moment brought a renewed sense of peace and belonging. You were being lulled, ever so tenderly, into a state of perfect equilibrium, where all striving ceased and only quiet surrender remained. The air around you grew subtly cooler, yet never cold, imbued instead with a refreshing, pristine quality, like the breath of ancient stone and pure, deep springs, carrying with it the faint, sweet scent of damp earth and verdant growth. This gentle breeze carried no chill, no urgency, only the whisper of profound quietude, a silent invitation to let go of all tension, all striving, all the little worries that cling to the surface of the mind. As you drifted, the sounds of the world above, the rustle of leaves, the distant calls of birds, the subtle hum of life began to recede, not abruptly, but dissolving like mist, fading into an ever-deepening silence. This was a silence so complete, so pervasive, that it felt like a soft, velvet cloak wrapping around you, absorbing every lingering echo, every stray thought, leaving you cocooned in perfect tranquility. It was a silence that wasn't empty, but full of peace, full of rest, full of the quiet understanding that everything was exactly as it should be. Within this profound quiet, you could almost hear the gentle rhythm of your own breath, a steady, soothing presence grounding you deeper into this serene experience. Gradually, the subtle glow around you began to shift. The light wasn't gone, rather it transformed. It became an inner luminescence, a soft, diffuse radiance that seemed to emanate from the very air itself, a gentle, pervasive glow that painted the world in hues of muted wonder. This was the gentle light of the deep earth's embrace, a perpetual twilight that held no harsh shadows. Only soft gradations of pearl and silver, illuminating a world of profound serenity. Imagine a vast cavernous space, yet one that feels expansive and comforting, its vaulted ceilings arching far above, disappearing into an ethereal haze, a soft, shimmering mist. These aren't cold, damp caverns of fear, but magnificent natural cathedrals of peace, sculpted over eons by unseen gentle forces, by the patient hand of time and the soft caress of subterranean waters. Every curve and undulation of their walls spoke of ancient comfort, of a timeless sanctuary that had patiently awaited your arrival, ready to enfold you in its profound stillness. The light here was never startling, never intense, but always gentle, always inviting, a constant soft beacon guiding your spirit deeper into rest. The ground beneath you, as you gently settled, was not rough rock or cold earth, but a carpet of the softest, most yielding luminescent moss. It cushioned every whisper of your presence, absorbing all sound, yielding with a comforting resilience, like the most luxurious down. This living carpet pulsed with a faint inner light, a gentle emerald glow that seemed to breathe with the rhythm of the earth itself, inviting you to sink deeper into its tender embrace. Tiny star-like fungi pulsed with a gentle internal light, creating constellations on the cave walls, delicate maps of light guiding your gaze into the soothing distances, sparkling like distant galaxies of peace. Here and there, ancient smooth stones, polished by millennia of stillness, and the soft flow of unseen currents, gleamed with a subtle iridescence, reflecting the soft, pervasive glow. Their surfaces cool and comforting to the touch, imbued with the wisdom of ages. These stones felt like silent sentinels, guardians of this profound peace, their very presence radiating a deep, unwavering calm that settled over you like a warm blanket. And then you become aware of the water, not a raging torrent nor a mournful trickle, but a river of profound tranquility, its movement an almost imperceptible glide. This was the river of quietude, perhaps the Acheron or the Styx, reimagined not as a barrier to be crossed, but as a flowing current of release, a gentle conveyor of peace. Its waters were a deep, reflective obsidian, mirroring the soft inner light of this realm with perfect clarity, capturing every subtle nuance of the surrounding luminescence. The river flowed with an almost imperceptible current, so smooth, so silent, that its movement was more a sensation than a sound, a gentle, continuous sigh. But if you listened very closely, with the deepest part of your being, with the quietest corner of your heart, you could hear its gentle murmur, a continuous low hum, like a mother's softest lullaby, carrying away all anxieties, all echoes of the world above, all the fleeting fragments of daily life. It sang of ancient peace, of forgotten worries, of the ultimate calm that comes with true rest, a song woven from the very fabric of eternal stillness. Its gentle current seemed to pull away any lingering tension, carrying it downstream into oblivion, leaving you feeling lighter, freer, utterly unburdened. You could almost feel its cool, silken touch, drawing out any remaining fatigue, replacing it with a profound sense of rejuvenation. Along the banks of this tranquil river, delicate, luminous flora thrived, each plant a testament to the gentle vitality of this hidden world. Slender reeds, tipped with soft, glowing blossoms, swayed in an unseen, gentle current of air, their movements so slow and graceful they seemed to dance in a perpetual dream, a silent ballet of peace. Their soft light cast flickering, ephemeral patterns on the river's surface, adding another layer to the reflective beauty. Trees with bark like polished moonlight stretched their branches, laden with leaves that shimmered with an inner, pearl-like light, casting no deep shadows, only softer, darker pools of peace where one could imagine resting eternally, cradled by their gentle boughs. Each leaf seemed to hold a tiny, self-contained universe of calm. The air carried a subtle, sweet fragrance, not the heavy scent of blossoms, but the clean, earthy aroma of deep, living rock mingled with the faint, ethereal perfume of these luminous plants, a scent that invited deep, calming breaths, filling your lungs with the very essence of tranquility. This fragrance was a gentle lullaby for your senses, a soft whisper that everything was well, everything was peaceful. As you move deeper into this serene subterranean realm, guided by the soft, pervasive glow, you might encounter vast, undulating fields that stretch into the soft, luminous distances, disappearing into the gentle haze. These are the meadows of quiet reflection, perhaps the asphodel fields, transformed into a place of gentle contemplation and profound serenity, where every blade of grass, every delicate bloom, radiates a quiet joy. Here, countless pale, delicate flowers, each petal glowing with a soft internal light, carpet the landscape in an endless tapestry of muted brilliance. They sway in unison, creating a rippling sea of luminescence, a breathtaking visual symphony of profound peace, a gentle undulation that mirrors the rhythm of a calm breath. There is no sorrow here, only the quiet dignity of timeless existence, a gentle unfolding of beauty that soothes the soul and stills the mind, inviting introspection without effort, reflection without worry. The light here seems to hum with ancient memories, not of loss, but of continuity, of the gentle cycle of being and returning to rest. You can almost feel the soft petals brush against your spirit, imbuing you with their quiet resilience and profound calm. And beyond, in a secluded, especially luminous grove, lies a garden tended by the gentle hands of Persephone herself. Here, the light deepens to a soft golden hue, warmer, more inviting, like the last rays of a perfect sunset filtered through a silken canopy. This garden is a sanctuary within a sanctuary, a place where the earth's deepest dreams bloom, where time itself seems to slow to an almost imperceptible crawl, allowing every moment to unfold with exquisite gentleness. Flowers of every imaginable yet muted hue unfurl their petals, each one glowing with a unique, gentle light, creating a kaleidoscope of soft, living colors that soothe the eye and calm the heart. They are not vibrant in an energetic way, but deeply, profoundly beautiful in their serene luminescence. Fruits gleam on branches, not with the harsh vibrancy of the sun, but with a subtle, internal iridescence, promising sweet, comforting sustenance, a gentle nourishment for the spirit that asks for nothing in return. The air here is subtly sweeter, carrying the faint, comforting scent of deep earth, ripe fruit, and ancient blossoms. A fragrance that wraps around you like a loving embrace, inviting you to breathe deeply and release any lingering tension. Persephone's presence is not one of a queen on a throne, but of a gentle guardian, a loving presence that oversees this realm of profound rest. Not a glaring orb, but a luminous pearlescent jewel ascending into the velvet expanse. Its light was not the bold, directional brilliance of the sun, but a soft, diffusive glow, washing over the landscape like a gentle, cool tide. It painted the world in shades of silver and muted charcoal, transforming familiar forms into serene, dreamlike silhouettes. The mountain peak, once radiant with the sun's gold, now stood as a silent, majestic sentinel, its contours softened by the moon's ethereal touch. Every valley became a pool of deeper tranquility, its secrets held safe within the gentle embrace of the night. The moon's presence brought with it an exquisite sense of quietude, a profound stillness that settled upon the earth. The air, now truly cool, carried a crisp, clean essence, imbued with the delicate aroma of night-blooming flowers that had shyly unfurled their petals, releasing their sweet, soporific perfumes into the hushed atmosphere. Imagine the softest whisper of a breeze, barely a ripple, stirring the leaves of the ancient trees. It was a sound like brushed silk, a gentle sigh of the forest as it settled into its nightly slumber. The rustle was so subtle, so rhythmic, that it only served to deepen the pervasive calm, drawing you further into a state of serene repose. Under this benevolent moonlight, the world seemed to hold its breath, not in anticipation or suspense, but in a state of perfect, peaceful suspension. The waters of the river, which had shimmered with liquid silver at dawn, now reflected the moon's milky glow, appearing as a ribbon of pure, flowing starlight. A silent pathway through the sleeping landscape. Each gentle ripple on its surface caught the lunar light, creating a mesmerizing dance of soft, wavering reflections that eased the mind into a rhythm of effortless contemplation. The murmuring stream, now even more hushed, continued its timeless lullaby, its gentle gurgle a comforting constant against the backdrop of the vast, quiet night. Its song was a soft, continuous drone, a sonic balm that smoothed away any lingering thoughts, inviting a deeper surrender to rest. The dew, which had sparkled like diamonds in the morning sun, now glistened with a different, more subdued luminescence under the moon, each tiny droplet a miniature mirror reflecting the tranquil sky above. Blades of grass, wildflowers, and the broad leaves of forest plants were all adorned with these liquid jewels, creating a shimmering, otherworldly tapestry across the forest floor. There was a sense of profound purity in this scene, a pristine beauty that spoke of nature's quiet perfection. The shadows cast by the moon were long and soft, without harsh edges or frightening depths, simply elongated companions that stretched out across the earth, embracing it in a gentle, hazy shroud. They flowed and merged, creating a landscape of gentle gradients, where everything was subtly defined Yet nothing was stark or sudden. As the moon continued its majestic, unhurried journey across the celestial dome, the stars began to emerge with greater clarity, thousands upon thousands of tiny, distant lights, like scattered diamonds on the deepest indigo velvet. Each star, a distant sun, offered its own faint, steady glow, a reassuring presence in the immense cosmic tapestry. They twinkled with a delicate, almost imperceptible dance, creating a sense of boundless wonder, yet without any overwhelming intensity. The vastness of space, usually a concept that might stir a sense of awe or even insignificance, now felt like an infinitely gentle, protective canopy stretched above, a silent, eternal guardian watching over the sleeping world. Imagine looking up into that boundless expanse, allowing your gaze to drift among the constellations, the gentle hunter, the quiet bear, the graceful swan, each a beacon of ancient light, telling a silent story of enduring peace and timeless cycles. There was no need to understand, only to observe and absorb the profound tranquility they offered. This celestial spectacle was not demanding of attention, but rather a soft invitation to simply be, to let your mind float freely among the stars, untethered from earthly concerns. The deeper the night grew, the more profound the stillness became. It was a stillness that was not empty but full of the quiet breath of the earth, the gentle hum of unseen life, the soft pulse of the universe itself. The air grew cooler still, a comforting coolness that wrapped around you like a soft blanket, encouraging deeper relaxation. There were the softest sounds in the distance, perhaps the gentle hoot of a wise owl, a sound so mellow and infrequent that it merely punctuated the silence, reaffirming its depth, or the quiet chirping of crickets, a rhythmic, soothing chorus that blended seamlessly into the background, a natural lullaby sung by the night itself. These sounds were not disruptive, but rather integral parts of the night's peaceful symphony, each note contributing to a harmonious tapestry of calm. Deep within the earth, the roots of the ancient trees continued their silent work, drawing sustenance, holding firm, connecting all life in a vast, invisible network of enduring strength and quiet energy. This unseen activity was a testament to the continuous, gentle flow of life, even in the deepest hours of rest. It was a comforting thought knowing that even as the world slept, its fundamental processes continued with an unhurried, peaceful rhythm. The mountains themselves seemed to breathe a slow, deep breath, their immense presence a silent reassurance that all was well, all was as it should be. As the moon reached its zenith and began its slow descent towards the western horizon, a subtle shift began to ripple through the fabric of the night. It was not a sudden change, but an almost imperceptible softening of the deepest indigo, a faint, ethereal lightening that hinted at the nearing end of the moon's reign. The air, though still cool, began to lose its sharpest edge, imbued with a nascent freshness that was just a breath away from the first stirrings of a new day. This was the deepest part of the night, the most profound state of quietude, where the world truly surrendered to complete rest. This period of ultimate stillness was a sacred pause, a moment of profound renewal for all of nature. The rivers continued their gentle flow, the trees stood in quiet contemplation, and the earth itself seemed to slumber deeply, gathering its energy for the cycle to begin anew. It was a time for dreams to unfold softly, for the mind to drift into realms of serene imagination, unburdened by the waking world. The quiet rhythm of your own breath began to harmonize with the slow, steady pulse of the sleeping planet, a comforting connection to the vast living organism that is the Earth. And then, just as the last of the brightest stars began to fade into the encroaching subtlety of the pre-dawn sky, the first, most delicate blush reappeared on the eastern horizon. It was a whisper of color, a mere suggestion of warmth, a pale, almost silvery gray blending into the faint lavender that heralds the sun's return. This was not the sudden, startling arrival of a new day, but the most tender, gradual unveiling, a slow unfurling of light that honored the deep peace that had prevailed throughout the night. It was the gentle, reassuring promise of continuity, the soft turning of the cosmic wheel, completing one cycle and gracefully beginning another. Hera's soft, expansive presence, which had settled over the mountain peak at the beginning of this journey, now seemed to gently gather this nascent light, weaving. The pearlescent jewel, having ascended to its zenith, now poured forth its light, not as a cascade, but as an ever-present, pervasive luminescence, a soft, ethereal glow that seemed to breathe with the very air. It was a light that knew no source, no direction, but simply was, existing everywhere at once, a gentle embrace for the vast unfolding canvas of nascent reality. This light, tender as the first breath of dawn, permeated the boundless expanse, revealing not emptiness but a shimmering silent potential, a space of infinite whispered possibility. Imagine this light as a warm silken veil settling around you, its touch so delicate it is barely perceptible yet deeply comforting. It is a light that asks nothing, demands nothing, but simply is, offering its soothing presence without condition. Every particle of the burgeoning cosmos seemed to absorb this tender radiance, holding it within, glowing softly from within, like countless tiny embers in a cosmic hearth, each one a miniature sun of nascent hope and quiet promise. There was no harshness, no glare, only an all-encompassing velvety brightness that felt like a quiet blessing, cradling every nascent thought and every potential form in its benevolent warmth. This light was the very essence of tranquility, a luminous hush that invited the deepest serenity, encouraging all worries to dissolve into its soft, boundless ocean. This was the quiet heart of chaos, not a terrifying void, but a profound, tranquil stillness, a boundless ocean of soft, unformed dreams. It was a realm where the concept of nothingness was redefined, transformed into a fertile ground of pure potential. A canvas awaiting its first strokes, held in a state of perfect, unhurried repose. Imagine a vast velvet chamber, infinitely deep, yet utterly weightless, where silence hums with the promise of all things yet to be. This silence was not an absence of sound, but a rich, resonant quietude, a gentle vibration that resonated deep within the soul, promising peace and possibility. There were no edges, no boundaries, only an endless comforting expanse, a gentle dark warmth that cradled the very idea of existence. This warmth was not a heat, but a subtle, pervasive sensation of being held, safe and secure, in the vast, loving embrace of the primordial. It was the feeling of being utterly at peace, suspended in a boundless dream, where every breath deepens your relaxation, allowing you to sink further into this soft, unblemished calm. Within this serene, shimmering potential, a subtle shift began so gradual, so tender. It was less an emergence and more a gentle awakening, like the slow unfurling of a delicate blossom in the tender light of an eternal morning. It was a shift so subtle, it was almost imperceptible, a quiet stirring deep within the heart of everything, a promise whispered on the softest cosmic breeze. From the deepest, most tranquil currents of this primordial calm, a presence began to coalesce, slow as a dream unfolding at the edge of sleep. This was the gentle stirring of Gaia, the earth. She did not erupt or burst forth, but rather bloomed, soft and vast, like a colossal flower unfurling its petals in slow motion, each movement imbued with grace and an ancient soothing rhythm. Her form was not rigid or sharp, but rounded, yielding, born of the same soft luminescence that now bathed everything. Her contours were the very definition of gentle curves, inviting rest and contemplation, devoid of any harsh angles or abrupt changes. Her skin was the most tender moss, the deepest, richest soil, warm and comforting to imagine beneath your fingertips, a velvety texture that promised softness and nourishment. You could almost feel the subtle give of her surface, the gentle resilience that spoke of enduring strength, yet offered profound solace. Her curves were the gentle undulations of future hillsides, already softened by the promise of verdant growth and the passage of peaceful eons. Her breath, a soft, barely there breeze, carried the scent of wet earth and growing things. A scent so subtle, it was more a feeling of freshness and possibility. A clean, grounding aroma that filled the nascent air with quiet vibrancy. It was the scent of life beginning, not with a burst, but with a tranquil, sustained whisper. Gaia was a presence of profound comfort, a vast, nurturing cradle in herself. Her being resonated with a deep, resonant hum, a silent lullaby that spoke of stability, of rootedness, of gentle growth. This hum was not a sound heard with the ears, but a vibration felt deep within the core, a soothing frequency that calmed the spirit and settled the mind, guiding it towards a state of utter peace. As she expanded, her essence seeped into the boundless potential, giving it form, giving it texture, transforming the ethereal into the tangible, yet retaining all of its initial softness and tranquility. Imagine lying upon her, feeling the soft give of her form, the gentle rise and fall of her ancient, slumbering breath, a rhythm so slow and steady, it mirrors the most profound sleep. She was the anchor, the foundation, the soft, warm bed upon which all future wonders would gently rest, each one destined to emerge with the same unhurried grace that characterized her own awakening. Her very existence was a promise of safety, a vast, loving embrace that assured all life that would follow of a welcoming home, a place of profound peace and unwavering support. Her vastness was not overwhelming, but immensely reassuring, a testament to the infinite capacity for gentle, nurturing love. And as Gaia, the comforting earth, settled into her vast, nurturing presence, so too did another entity begin its tranquil unfolding. Above her, stretching infinitely yet intimately connected, was the gentle formation of Ouranos, the sky. He was not a distant, imposing dome, but a vast, shimmering canopy, woven from the same pearlescent light and the deepest, most calming shades of twilight blue. His form was like an infinite shimmering silk, translucent and serene, a soft diffusion of color that soothed the eye and quieted the mind. Ouranos spread himself above Gaia like a loving, protective embrace, a soft, boundless blanket studded with the first nascent glimmers of stars. Not harsh, piercing points, but tiny, flickering sparks of distant, gentle light, like precious dust scattered across an infinite dark velvet. These stars were not to guide or navigate, but simply to exist, adding their silent, soft shimmer to the overarching calm, like distant dreams brought gently into being. Their glow was so subtle. It invited a quiet, contemplative gaze, allowing the mind to wander without effort, dissolving into the boundless expanse above. His presence was one of expansive calm, a silent sentinel watching over the awakening world, his vastness inspiring a sense of profound peace rather than overwhelming scale. He was the gentle guardian, his silent vigil, a source of deep reassurance. The air within his embrace was always mild, always soft, carrying the faintest whisper of cosmic dust and the scent of quiet starlight. A clean, cool aroma that was both refreshing and profoundly calming. It felt like breathing in pure tranquility, filling your lungs with peace. He was the protector, the gentle observer, his vastness inspiring a sense of profound peace rather than overwhelming scale. His infinite stretch was not intimidating, but rather an invitation to release all constraints, to allow your spirit to expand into his boundless embrace. He was the soft expanse into which you could gaze and feel your worries drift away, carried by the invisible currents of his serene being, like tiny clouds dissolving into the endless blue. His gentle presence promised constant protection, a watchful calm that ensured the undisturbed evolution of the world below. Together, Gaia and Ouranos formed the first harmonious whole, a perfectly balanced diorama of comfort and protection. Their existence was a silent symphony of interconnectedness, each supporting the other in an eternal, peaceful dance. The light continued its gentle dance between them, illuminating the slow, miraculous unfolding of the world, bathing every emerging feature in its tender, pearlescent glow. From Gaia's vast, soft form, the first features began to emerge, not with violent upheaval, but with the slowness of a waking dream. Each geological shift, a delicate, unhurried transformation. Mountains rose like sleeping giants, their peaks not sharp or jagged, but rounded and smooth, draped in nascent mists that swirled like soft blankets, lending them an ethereal, dreamlike quality. These mountains were ancient, silent sentinels, their very mass exuding a sense of grounded, enduring peace. Their slopes were gentle inclines, inviting quiet contemplation, their surfaces already softened by the unseen touch of time and the gentle caress of Uranus's sky, which seemed to stroke them with its mild, constant breeze. Valleys formed between these gentle giants like inviting hollows, soft depressions where the light gathered in pools of golden warmth, creating havens of tranquil beauty. These were places of profound quiet, where the gentle energy of Gaia seemed to gather and settle, inviting deep rest and reflection. Rivers began their whisper-soft journeys, tracing delicate paths across Gaia's surface, not